Hey guys, just today I asked if you had any additional coronavirus stickers you want to look at, and these are a few that were added to the comments. So we're going to start taking a look at some new names. AHPI is one of the names was mentioned, and we had an inside bar breakout today. A few of our names in the other videos have inside bars, and this is the sort of thing that you can see when you get a beautiful tightening range. And we can see that on the daily time frame, we watch this tighten up, and then we get into a 4-hour equilibrium. Most likely, we'll check it out. But we know that there is some sort of tightening range because we have an inside bar yesterday, and that broke in a pretty significant way today. And we hit our resistance levels right around 1982, 2049, and slowed right down. So beyond today's daily bar, we have resistance at 2250. We have 2049 resistance as well, and we're likely going to require some consolidation because I suspect that this was a very big, significant move in a very short a time frame, which means we need to see some consolidation. But overall, a nice example of an inside bar break. On the 4-hour time frame, here's that nice equilibrium, that high, that low, lower high, higher low. Then we get our resistance, setting up that inside bar range, and then we just crack it with a magnificent move. And now we can see that we have the initial stages of a little weakness on the 4-hour time frame. We still have a long time to go before this candle closes, but this is the start of what is often a consolidation pattern. Sometimes we see it play out as a bear flag. We're not really sure until it develops a little bit more, but a good run, good inside bar bull break. On the hourly time frame, let's take a look here. Now this is going to weaken the case for that 4-hour consolidation a little bit, and that's because the bulls have taken time to set these lows, consolidate, and that slows down the RSI a little bit. If they had gone straight up, we would definitely be much closer to 80, but because we took these moments, these hours to see this consolidation play out and set these higher lows, the bulls have more room to continue to the upside. So at this point, my major resistance would be the high of today's candlestick, actually this 20 psychological level, and then 2049. So we're going to update our chart based on that information, and I'm going to be paying close attention to the 20 psychological level and take it from there. On the 15-minute time frame, we see 15-minute higher lows consistently holding our EMA 26. Absolutely beautiful. Tomorrow, what I would like to see us is open underneath $20 psychological, see a good quick move initially in the morning, and continue to the upside. If we don't see that, then what we can do is look for an hourly higher low on some pullback, and as long as bulls stay above $17.06, they're going to be okay. If they lose that, it's likely 4-hour consolidation is underway because we haven't done so in quite some time, and bulls can go all the way down to $13 and still be in a overall 4-hour uptrend. So lots going on in AHPI. Looking for a $20 bull break tomorrow. TDOC, another big move today, and we're getting close to some resistance. Not an inside bar break, but we have resistance at $140. The likelihood that our RSI is overbought based on this move is very, very high. So because of that, we're going to expect consolidation going into tomorrow. The story is going to change as we examine these candlesticks, but initially 140 is a key resistance. On the 4-hour time frame, we're going to be a little bit concerned here because this move was very, very quick, which means it's likely our hourly time frame is going to be overbought. 4-hour is happy at 57.08 with that key resistance at 140. Bulls have a lot of room here to work with. And the last low that we need to worry about is 112.25. Bulls can stay above that inside this entire range and still be in a 4-hour uptrend. On the hourly, looking pretty good actually. We've established a hourly higher low, so we're in a good solid hourly uptrend. Bulls need to get over top of this key resistance, 137.88. If they manage to do that and take out 140, they're going to be looking very, very good with minimal resistance up until the 157s. RHHBY. On the daily time frame, a little bit concerned about this one because we've seen multiple green days and consistently opening with weakness. Except for yesterday, which did open higher, see a solid rejection from our EMA 8 and then a lower high. And this is a relatively an indecisive candlestick. Depending how you look at it, it could be construed as a spinning top if we squish her down like that. And perspective is always important when you're looking at your charts. I'm always manipulating, and I'm sure you've seen me just dawdling around looking at things in different ways, trying to figure out what exactly I'm looking at. But this is a relatively indecisive candlestick. What is key here is we have a pretty consistent area of support at 36 psychological. That's a low of day today and low of day from the 16th. So we're going to be watching whatever trend this is Maybe on the hourly time frame it'll be a little bit more clear, but there is something happening here where we're seeing overall weakness despite the bearish or bullish attempts. So what I would do in this case is just draw in a little bit of a pattern, see if this develops, see if we see a rejection from let's say 38.50 tomorrow. If we do, then we got ourselves a nice little descending triangle that we can try to establish a base of support on and look for a bull break on. Otherwise, we're just in an overall daily downtrend with relative indecision and a real lack of clarity as far as what direction the market wants to take this. IBIO on the daily, a nice strong day. I don't like the profit taking that we're seeing, but this is a good response after multiple red days and actually closing below our EMA 26. So relatively good volume. We're going to see what need to see what the story looks like inside here. But bulls have the option of changing the daily trend because we have broken over the recent high, this key resistance at 174, which has been pretty key for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We managed to poke above that. Now we need to see if we're going to establish a higher low somewhere and try again. So what we're going to do is look to the 4-hour time frame. Here's this resistance. We're still in a 4-hour downtrend because of this aftermarket level. So it is good that we got over 147, but we still have a lot of work to do if we're going to change the overall 4-hour trend. Bulls need to get over $2 psychological. On the 4-hour time frame, we have the possibility of setting up a little bit of a bear or bull flag. What bulls need to do is hold this range. If we do see a loss of 150, we need to see how much of a loss is it. Does that hold? Is there any bearish follow through? And if there's not, it sets up the precedent for a bull flag. And we'll take it from there if that develops. There's that nice range. So what we want to see is for bulls to hold the low of 150. If they do lose it, how much do we lose it by, and what is the response that follows? We need to see a good upside move, and if we break 188, we will have a good solid bull break in execution of that bull flag. MRNA on the daily time frame, big breakout day, a little bit of profit taking at the top, which is not unexpected. We do have resistance at 32.70 we need to pay close attention to, and we don't really have a daily trend to be working with, so we're going to be paying special and close attention to the action on the 4-hour and the hourly time frame. On the 4-hour, we get double top resistance at 32.70, and we got an area of support at 26.55. Possibly that's going to be a key support for us again, because we do have a range of support between 26.91 and 26.55. On the hourly time frame, we can see that tightening up. We can see that range coming into effect multiple times. So now what we need to do is have these bulls establish a new hourly higher low and base of support around 30.27 and then break 32.70. If they can do that, then we have a real lack of resistance. That's pretty much it. Anyway, looking good on this one. Bulls need to rest a little bit and give it another shot. MRNA should be on your radar tomorrow. LH, a little bit, well actually a lot of bit different than the other coronavirus tickers names that we have seen. This one just looks like in a straight drop. So we're just going to be looking for an overall trend change, and there's no interest until that shows up. RSI is 23.95 on the daily time frame, and we haven't really seen any bounces that have followed through. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see a strong 4-hour downtrend. So what we were looking for at a minimum would be an hourly trend change, in which case I would need to see the bulls over, well, let's call it 125. If we can get over 125 and set a high and then a higher low over top of today's low, then we start paying attention. Otherwise, this is a straight drop, and there are much better names to be checking out. That's it for today. Thank you so much.